All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about AI and music. So Suno AI is a platform that lets you type in words like a description and have it create a song for you based on what your description is. For example, you might type in something like, I want a song that has a 90s R&B vibe, and I want it to have a saxophone solo part, and I want the lyrics to be sung by a woman that sounds like Mariah Carey, and I want a man on the song too, and I want the man to sound like Luther Vandross, and I want the lyrics to be about a man who is really having a hard time because he lost his pet frog. Okay? Click the button and it'll make the song for you. And more often than not, the music that's created is not, it's not easy to distinguish between whether it was created by a person or by AI. Give me one sec. We always want to make sure we're recording because I got some things I want to talk about. I did a video not too long ago talking about AI and music, and I talked for a while about, Timberland and his, what he's doing with Suno and how he's been so inspired by it. And a lot of people, push back heavily on what he did, which was like using someone on Instagram's, beat that they made and like making that beat like the foundation for a song that he was creating. And it wasn't like giving credit to the person and all this stuff. Guys, it's like the Wild West out here. The technology is here. I see value in it personally. I definitely see value in it, but I just think that there is more. I don't know. There's so much to talk about. I just keep looking over here because I'm having some work done. Someone's remoting into my computer right now. But that's why I just want to keep checking. But yeah, it's there's a lot to talk about. So like for one, I think about the parallel between this and I guess sampling. For one, but then also like there are a lot of producers out there right now who produce mostly through sifting through different loops and applying a bass loop with a drum loop with this loop, boom, boom. Oh, these sound nice together. I'm going to put this up here. Maybe change the tempo or something like that. Or maybe not even, just like add them together and take these sounds out, add these sounds in. But it's like someone else created these loops, right? A person, for the most part, I think, for, as long as we can remember, like people were creating these loops. And for me, I've never done that. I don't do that type of music making. I like starting from scratch. I like playing my chords, doing my side. I like that. That's my way of making music. And I kind of feel like there's a parallel here, right? Because like for people who are musicians, I guess, right? And create from scratch and can harmonize and come up with melodies and key signatures and all those types of things, they may look at the person who's using loops as like someone who's not really making music. I've talked about it a little bit, right? But now there are a lot of people who are not musicians or don't know the first thing about producing, but are using words to create songs. And this is kind of like the dawn of a new era because I don't rap. I'll give you an example here. Why? Like somewhere where I could see like the value here, right? I don't rap, but for the longest time, for decades now, I felt like my video gamey, electronic, weird, interesting, whatever style of music would sound really cool and interesting if someone was rapping over it or singing over it. I do sing a little bit, like I can hold a note, carry a note, whatever the phrase is. But I just wonder, like, uploading one of my beats into this platform and I say, hey, don't adjust the beat at all. I want the beat to be the beat that I created. You could take sounds out and add sounds in, but it needs to be only stuff that I made. Like, don't add new stuff in, okay? Don't do that. I want my beat to be what this is. However, I have I'm just thinking out loud here. I have the beat by itself, I'm sending to you. And then, you know what? I think a flow, I have ideas of a flow that would sound so nice with this. So I do like a little reference track where I'm listening to my beat and I'm just, doing my thing, rapping words that don't make sense, blah, 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 blah. But the cadence is there. And I'm like, okay, I want this cadence. I want my beat, high quality that I sent you. And I want you to come up with a song based on blah 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 blah, and use my voice too. Like, you make it be the voice that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, there's value there, because now it goes from something that's just like sounds random to like, oh, it's actually words, and the only thing that's missing is like I didn't come up with the words because I'm not a writer, right? And I could see someone out there saying, wait a second, but I am a writer, and that's taking work potential away from me. Or, hey, I'm a writer, like, why don't you reach out to me on Instagram? And, I can, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I have thoughts on this, because like, if I were to do that and explicitly say, hey guys, I did not write this, AI wrote this, but everything else I did, right? I made the beat. I came up with the cadence, right? The flow, whatever. And let me just check this here. I asked him to hit me up on WhatsApp when he needs me. Let me see. Okay, no, I think we're good. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just very fascinating, right? Because what's going to distinguish between a person who uses AI completely, like 100% of the song was just created, there was no music input, versus 90% music input? I think that to me is like the thing where, I mean, aside from the fact that like it's being trained by people's music that's online and stuff like that. Like, I don't know all the ins and outs with that, but I can understand the moral aspect of that being like a thing that people don't like. Like, if I, heard someone have a song that was created with Suno AI and it has like my DNA from one of my songs that not DNA, but like the one of the songs that I created, like I'd be like, whoa, no, I made that. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that fully. I get it. I also just think that like this is here. Music is just one little teeny piece of the impact, heavy, significant impact that AI is having on everything. Education, manufacturing, job, what do you call it? Like recruiting, job stuff, like everything, every area is going to be affected, right? So as producers and as musicians, does it make more sense for us to lean into it or be anti it? Are we gonna be the guys that are like, no, this is not right, and we need to not support this? Or are we gonna be the people that say, hey, this is kind of interesting. This platform lets me churn out music in a different way. I can still create my beats and I can upload them in there and say, hey, add some lyrics to this about whatever. And the whatever could not be random. It could be something that I want to talk about. Like, that's kind of appealing to me, honestly. And I think that like what I'm interested in talking to the, dare I say, real musicians / artists. And I mean that like in the sense of people who are real artists that are using this platform in some type of way. I'm curious, first of all, if there are a lot or some or whatever. I know at least one that I had a conversation with that kind of sparked this video here. But I want to know if other people out there are real producers, real artists, maybe even not even just music, right? Like, we can talk about visual art. Are visual artists, leveraging AI, doing 90% or 80% of the visual art and then uploading it to AI to have small tweaks done, photography, to have it touched up? Like, all of this stuff is here. I've said it a few times, it's the dumbest that it'll ever be. It's the least sophisticated that it'll ever be at this moment, I think. And it's just going to get better and better and better and better and better. And it's like hard to comprehend the impact that it's going to make. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So hope you enjoyed the video. A bit of a rant, but I just feel passionate enough to like talk about this stuff because I think it's a conversation that needs to happen. And so yeah, let me know your thoughts about like if you've used something like Suno before or Suno itself. If you think that there is value to it as a musician or artist, but you just need some form of like, you need some better, not control over it, but you know, like what I mentioned earlier, like if you were to listen to a song that someone else made using Suno and you hear it, you're like, no, I made that song before. It used my, you know, whatever. Like, how are we gonna deal with that? How, like, that's what I'm kind of interested in and curious about. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. I have channel memberships on. Got exclusive videos for channel members you can check out if you're interested. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video as always. Peace.